Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. Here on a Wednesday, it is a little bit past noontime as I adjust my audio levels. Right about there. No, too loud. It's a little bit past noontime. Pacific Standard Time here on the West Coast, and that can only mean that it's time for some Generations of Minecraft server. And today we will be in the Baby Zombie Rush beta world. I'm a little bit more unfocused than I usually am because I've spent all morning long troubleshooting audio thanks to today's or last night's or this morning's Windows update just obliterated my audio, so I spent all morning troubleshooting that. I've got it, but good grief. Yada yada does it. Or I should say yada yada does it. Speaking of yada yada does it, let's do this. It is February. It has been February for quite some time. And so we need a new video redeem. And I've been trying forever to get this redeem made and uploaded. But today, it is here. Yada yada does it. So I told Kachi and Biggie that I was going to use that one. So for those of you who may not know, that of course is Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's from Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, the best part of all. And that phrase is almost a one-to-one to the Scottish "och." So the Japanese "yada yada" doesn't. It is very much used like the Scottish "och." So the name of that redeem is Jotaro "och," and it's available for 1,000 channel points. And that one's been a long time coming. Halfway through the month of February. I don't know. I thought that would be an easy one, and I was trying to. So I was going through all of Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, and what I was really specifically looking for was one where Jotaro says that in regards to Joseph, like Joseph doing something crazy, right? And then Jotaro just doing the shake my head, right? Yeah, that does it, right? Hawk. Right, that's what I was looking for, and I did find a couple of those throughout the series, but they were so very brief. They were like maybe 1 second. It was just too brief for a redeem. And Kachi was suggesting, you should use the one that you just saw here. You should use that one because that is the one that is memed the most. And I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. And so I wound up using that one. Anyways, so Baby Zombie Rush. Let's get on with it, shall we? Now, we're still on 1.21.6 for the generations. We really need to update that to 1.21.11. Sometime. I would like that to be this month. We'll see what happens. Anyways, hey there. Okay, we're still working on. Are you still working on that? Yes, I am. It's difficult. Aqua Parkour. It's difficult for me, anyway. But for the rest of you Minecraft pros, it's probably not difficult for you at all. For me, it is. Okay, there we go. All right, so player being pursued by bloodthirsty baby zombies comes rounding the corner here. They decide to go down this alleyway. It then triggers this alleyway to flood. it triggers a barrier so the players can't get back out, but the baby zombies can pass under. Also, parkour features pop out of the wall should the player want to parkour across that. The baby zombies are significantly slowed down by the water. So is the player, but again, the player has the option to parkour above the water to get ahead of them a little bit. When the player gets over to here, they can press this button here, and it will dispense items out to them. The items being a shillelagh with knockback 2 on it and some Depth Strider 3 boots. Both items have been, what do we want to call that? Partially broken. Come on, brain, help me out. Durability has been significantly reduced. So you only get so many uses out of it before they break. I think you get 10 uses out of it. Once they receive those, they start wading back across the water, swatting away baby zombies. They can travel much faster, the player, than the baby zombies now because they have the Depth Strider 3. They'll come back up. A step of blocks has appeared to help them step up over the barrier. This will then drain. Parkour features will disappear. Baby zombies can then come whipping around the corner at their normal speed and up over the barrier and then out. And then by the time the player gets to maybe the end of this alleyway here, this corridor, or maybe at least halfway through, the barrier will then be completely removed and this whole system will be reset. So that's the idea. We've made significant progress on this. There's some command block stuff there is some redstone. The redstone was pretty easy, actually. The command block stuff, significantly less so. But doing this only 2 hours every other week makes it difficult. That's probably the thing that makes it the most difficult. So Kachi will turn 15 this year in July, and then there'll be one more year of doing Kachi Time together before I turn over the Kachi Time stream to him. And so I will not be streaming Kachi Time every Sunday. That will be up to him. He will then decide how and when, where, why he wants to do Kachi Time. That'll be up to him. Up to him. And entirely. And I may still stream on Sunday. And if I still stream on Sunday, I may split up generations. So these Wednesday streams will probably be for the survival world, and the Sunday streams will be for Baby Zombie Rush, and that kind of stuff, right? Maybe it'll be the other way around. Maybe Wednesdays will be Baby Zombie Rush. Maybe Sundays will be the survival world. It depends, right? But that's what I'm thinking. So upcoming stuff in the future. Okay, so let's try to get reacquainted here. When the player pushes that button up here, this is where we're at. All right, so when they press the button on the other side of the wall, this is for testing purposes on this side of the wall, right? Sends the observer signal down. The signal splits off. One signal comes over here to the dispenser. And then it deactivates the sensor. So the player can't just spam the button, right? I mean, the player can spam the button, but nothing will happen. Also, the signal then activates this clock. And then after a certain amount of time, a number of things are supposed to happen. So they get their items, they begin to travel over, and then when the clock reaches its set time, it will drain this. It will pull back the parkour features, and it will install the step blocks here. So let's see how far along we are. We were trying to work on the button spamming prevention system the last time. And I think we got it in place. So I think, I'm trying to remember how we did the button spamming. So either press the button here, this comes over, pushes this in place, and then after that goes over here. If it pushes this in place, this will just keep pushing until this so button spamming, this is spam proof here. The dispenser though is not spam proof. So I think when this gets pushed over to here, you can keep spamming it, but since it's not a sticky piston, this will remain over here. Ah, that's what we did. Until this kicks in, and then it will push it back. All right, so we're good. We're good. So what we were doing was we were placing the reset stuff. So we have the command remove redstone block, retracts parkour features. Cool. Places step blocks. And then we need to also drain the water. So let me see. Retracts parkour features. So that stuff is controlled by placing a redstone block here. This will come up and activate the parkour features. Let me see. This should be a sticky piston. Yes, it is. When this is removed, it should also drain. So this should do both. This one right here should do both. So let's remove some redstone. Cool. And this we were using for testing. So let's activate it first. So if we're here and we come running through here, nothing. Okay, that's not good. That's not good, but probably because that's in place. Yeah, I think now we should be all set. But we didn't get the player detection at all. Okay, that's good. Okay, barrier blocks are in place, parkour features are out, and the area has been flooded. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to check this now. Changed block. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, good. All right, and it placed in our first step block. All right, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect it to do. I think it did that because the signal traveled from this block into that block. And then for some reason we were thinking we needed to build a clock here. I don't know if we... I think we needed to build a clock here because this would then remove the barrier blocks. There's Bo. Welcome on in, Bo Cars. You can see the auto shout out up there for Bo. Please go check him out. Modded Minecraft wizard there. How goes it today, sir? I have yet to check out some of your VODs, although I have the notifications of them being uploaded to YouTube. So what's the latest? How goes the hardcore world? Because you recently started a new one. And I say recently, I think it was what, last month? Okay, so places step blocks. All right. So let's do this. Let's take that out. Let's remove barrier slabs. Good. This we already took care of, I think. So let's see if we're... All right, good, good, good. All right, we have to be careful with that. All right, now if I'm not mistaken... Let's do this. Now that should be all of the step blocks. So if I hit this, it should put all 4 of those in place. And it does. Okay, so we got that far. That's good. Taking it easy today, just chilling. Hardcore World has downed dragon and reached the roof. Wow. I'm afraid to ask how short amount of time that took you to do that. Okay, what I think we were doing here was we needed a clock here because we needed a similar clock situation that we have over here, because after a certain amount of time, we want all of the barrier blocks to come down. I took it slow, already at 220 Minecraft days. Okay. And that is what? That's 10 minutes, right, for that, for each day. So that would be, what, 22.5, 11 and a quarter. Usually done, if in easy nether, by day 60-ish. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not a speedrunner at all. I mean, I watch a couple of speedrunners occasionally, but yeah, so I don't have my numbers memorized for, you know, what's fast and what's slow with that. Okay, so yeah, the idea is once this is activated, then this comes out to here, and then we get a clock, right? So we need a clock for this. Speed run at about 30 minutes with regulation speed. Oh, with regulation seed. Yes, of course. Because the seeds have to meet certain criteria, right? So, Alrighty then. You know what? I have to look at the features above. Let me take a look at where we are. All right, if I'm going to... Yeah, I'm thinking on putting most of the clock and stuff in this area, and this is good because there are no dead ends around here at all. This is probably the best place for it to actually go back in this direction. Kind of keeps things close together, right? Whereas if I branch out this way or branch out over here, I might get into the area of some of the other dead ends. And, you know, now this thing is sprawling all over the place. As long as the things aren't too clustered around each other so it's clear where everything is, yeah, try to keep it all together, right? I don't know how they can grind speed runs to get under 10 minutes. Yeah, tell me about it, right? Yeah, I have no idea how to do any of that. Now, I don't think we have to worry about putting in anti-spam features here. All right, we just have to look at repeaters and stuff and see for power how we are doing. Okay, so we can do that. And then we could just replicate this clock over there and see what we can do here with it. Like this. Good. And let me see. Have an observer. I think I'll put the observer on the... I don't know. My output would be here. Can I fit all of that stuff in here? I think I can. So that means the observer and stuff on the other side would be over here on the off of the back hopper like. And where's the output? The output needs to go towards the back. All right. Yeah, so we need this to be like this. I think. Yep. That to go like that. And you know what? Oh, always put the observer on last. Let me see. Let us do this, and that. And then here's where we can use the comparator to read the hopper. And you always have to do this from the opposite side. The side opposite from which you would think would be intuitive. Okay, now we can do this. Good. Okay, and then redstone block right there, locking that hopper. Okay, now the output side will be over here, and it looks like it's opposite. Yeah, it looks like it's right there. And then the output goes here. There we go. And then we can, by the signal length and stuff, we can set the timer on this. And that's the idea. And this has to be pretty big. Now, this is one of those things where we're going to have to measure and we're going to have to see how far out we want to go with this thing. Because we're going to have to remove 12 barrier blocks, I believe. Maybe more. I know we have 8 going across here. And then we're going to need at least one set of step slabs here. Maybe 2. But the step slabs look like here's the barrier slabs. And then the step slabs look like this. Now, I could put and then remove barrier slabs here, but when I do that, we get this. And then I think if I remove them, it's going to leave a hole behind. And that's just going to make an extra command I have to do to then replace that block and fix that. Here, I think this is good enough. I think and I'm pretty sure I tested this last Baby Zombie Rush stream. The baby zombies had no trouble coming up over here and jumping up over this and down the other side. So it looks like we have 12 blocks that need to be set. And in fact, we should actually leave these in place so we can get the cords for them. But we can also get the cords for them off of the other command blocks. But maybe not so much so with these ones. These ones, well, no, because we had to place those so we can use the same command to remove them, right? And we can just get the information there. All right, so we're going to need 12 command blocks. Okay. That's really not that big of a deal, though. So 3 rows of 4, huh? All right, so let's see what the time is for these ones. For these ones, I have 22 blocks in here. Why did I say when I clearly have 23? And they are loaded in the beginning position. Let's go with whatever we have in there. And for now, just for testing purposes, let's do this, and now this is going to also be an extra block, so we need to measure that one as well. This one's only traveling 2. So far, this should give me 2 outputs right there. And we can also do this to access this from this side. Why did that seem weird to me? Why is this redstone not lighting up? Or is it and I just can't see it? Let's use a different block. All right. One, two. This should go 2 blocks and then fire. Okay, this is good because it shows the weakness of the signal. And this is what we want, and then because this won't make it over here yet until this has all of the blocks in it. Okay, cool. Yeah, because this only goes 2 and I have this one going 3. So let's try this. Now, when this hopper gets full, it should put out enough redstone power. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and so we can use that to adjust the time now. If we want more time, we can put more of these in here. That will require this to fill up more and give a stronger signal, and we can lengthen this. So that's another thing that we can do. So we can, this puts those barrier blocks into place. This sets them into place. And then the player starts wading back. So, oh, wait, no, hold on. Removes block. Removes step blocks. I don't think it removes step blocks. I think it places step blocks because it says places right on it. Thunder, please. Like I said, it's been a challenging morning. Windows update, people. That's all I'm saying. There was some cognitive damage inflicted upon me this morning. I'm actually regrowing parts of my brain now. Right, so this puts the blocks into place, the step blocks. How do they do that? How do they stay like right in your face? And then you go to take a swing at it. They're like mosquitoes. Unbelievable. Anyways, it puts them into place. So then we need enough time after this for the player to run down, climb over, and the baby zombies to climb over. And then it will take down the barrier. The step blocks. So this merely just drains the alleyway. It drains the alleyway and retracts the parkour features. The player then needs to have these in place to climb up over. They do. And then after they climb up over and proceed down the maze. So this is how much time after they've climbed up over. So they climb up over, they get out. It feels like it's about a 5 count. So they'll climb up and over, and then it's about maybe 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5. Yeah, I like that. We may just go with that timing. Let's try that out. Let's get everything into place and get it working. And then it's very, very easy to tweak that. So off of this now, off of this, we need 12 command blocks. And we also need probably a repeater. Even though we do have only 2 spots of redstone here, let's make sure that we have enough of a boost here. We can do... Okay. I kind of like this. And let's see how this redstone pattern is going to work here. Should be a 5 count. Okay, I like that. It looks like it's pretty much instantaneously for all 12. So that's good. So I'm going to go in this order. 4 blocks, 4 blocks, 4 blocks like that. And you know what? Just for intuition's sake, let's rig it like this. I kind of like the symmetry of having it going right down the middle, but for intuition's sake, if somebody's troubleshooting this, like me, coming back to this after like weeks of not having been on here, it makes sense that these will fire first, those will fire second, those will fire third. It doesn't matter so much because they'll all fire pretty much instantaneously. So as far as the order of this executing isn't really that big of a deal. But troubleshooting this, if there's a problem, it's kind of better to know which one of these command blocks corresponds with each slab up there. So yeah, that's good. All right, so now I think we can pretty much copy and paste at this point. How am I doing for time? 12:41. I wonder how I give myself. Hey, Cyclopsolops! Is raiding with a party for 3. Thank you so much for the raid. And did the raid indeed go off? Did you see and hear the raid? Because I did not. Please confirm. Anyways, welcome on in, Raiders. Boo, hiya. Had to end early, sadly, because I'm tired. Oh. Yeah, it was there. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, like I've been having Give Effect, Night Vision, Infinite. Thank you, Shut. Thank you. Hey, welcome in, Chewy. Okay. So I probably don't have to specify myself here. Right, Shut. Uh-oh. It didn't like night vision though. Yeah, it didn't like the Oh, I have give twice. There we go. Give effect. But still it doesn't like night vision. I think it's / effect give. Let's see. That's looking pretty good. But infinite, I don't think it's liking infinite. Let me see. Targets. It looks like it's doing that kind of a thing. Like it wants to unlock this. So maybe it's in parentheses? Do I have to put a space? And it looks like... Is there a bar like this and then it says infinite? Or is it just like that? And does it come after this? No. Put yourself after give. Hold on. That was just my hands failing me. Right. And then Minecraft Night Vision. Let's... Because usually it's good. Usually it just prompts you, right? And you can just choose, right? So... Right? And again, I know I'm just hitting the wrong thing because my hands, right? Night vision like that. Good. And now I can do that. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Shot. Gonna head off. Take care of Chewy and Fantasy for me. Absolutely, they're in good hands. Welcome on in, Fantasy. What complicated command block thing are you building there? All right, so for those of you... Huh? Why am I getting blinky? I gave myself infinite night vision. Shot, what happened? Oh, there's not infinite on here. It didn't do the infinite. Somehow I screwed that up. Yeah. There. Does it not like that? Okay. Yeah, somehow it's grayed out, and I don't know why. See, it'll give me the night vision, but it won't give me infinite. So why not? Because it's prompting me for it right there. Does it have to be in the parentheses? It's prompting me for it. Do I need a comma? Because it says no. Like, I should be able to just... Like, I should be able to just tab this in, right? Like that. It's weird because it kind of looks like it wants the brackets around it, but then when you put the brackets around it, it's like, uh-uh. I think I'm just going to have to look it up. Because I'm not getting the infinite. Unable to apply this effect, target is immune to effects or has something stronger. Oh, you know what? Maybe because I have the infinite potion already in place. Yeah, okay. Maybe we're good. I have to wait for it to the effect to wear off, and then I can apply it, and then it'll be okay. All right. So for those of you just joining us, this is, and unfamiliar with this, you may be new to the Baby Zombie Rush stream. This is our Not So Mini mini game. We work on this about every other Wednesday on the Generation stream. And it is Baby Zombie Rush. And so I will be the host. I will invite a guest on, and the guest will be staged here. And then when the guest is ready, we open up the maze. The guest has a couple of seconds a head start, and then a horde of bloodthirsty baby zombies will come fleeing into the maze to pursue the player. And as the player goes throughout the maze trying to figure out their way out, they may come across several dead ends in the maze. And when you come to a dead end in the maze, for example, this one, there's always a button. Now, there won't be any signs, but there's always a button. And so the player then has a choice to either try to juke the baby zombies, which is possible. You can try to juke the baby zombies, or you can take a chance and press the button and see what happens. Could be beneficial, could be detrimental. Some of the things that we have here, we've already installed some of our dead end features. We have a secret door, so the wall opens up. You can pass through the secret door. It's a shortcut through the maze, but the baby zombies can also pass through. So beneficial, detrimental. That is correct. Check your timer. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sean. We have another dead end that's arrow dispensing, detrimental. So these are arrows of harm, and they're doubly detrimental because they hurt the player. And should you even dodge these, the harm arrows heal the baby zombies. Something to think about. Arrow dispensing, beneficial, right? If they hit us, nothing happens. If they hit the baby zombies, they harm the baby zombies. So good. Baby zombie spawner. So the player comes to a dead end, presses the button, panel on the wall opens up, and more baby zombies pour out. Yeah, not a good thing. Oh, this is for the entrance. That's right. This is the dead end baby zombie spawner. So that then TNT drop trap, player presses the button, floor opens up beneath the player, they fall down through and are obliterated by TNT. Similar thing, but with lava, right? And then there's a secret tunnel that opens up under the maze. You can go through the maze, under it, and then come out in some other area of the maze. Maybe some of the baby zombies will fall in and pursue you through the tunnel, but maybe not. Right? And so that's where we are so far. Then the next couple of dead ends that we were working on, some of these here, we're working right now on dead end number 11, Aqua Parkour. And so the player being pursued by bloodthirsty baby zombies will come through here and has a choice to either proceed or maybe go down this alleyway. When they do, the barrier blocks will appear. These will. So the player cannot get back out, but you can see the baby zombies can pass underneath and get back in to chase. This area will flood, slowing the player and the baby zombies down, but parkour features will pop out of the walls. And so the player can opt to take the parkour features, hop over the wall and the baby zombies to get down to the end of the alley. When they do, they can press this button and they will be dispensed items that in this case will help them, right? In this one in particular, you'll be dispensed some Depth Strider 3 boots and a shillelagh, which takes the form of a wooden hoe, which has knockback 2. Once you press that, you can go through the water very quickly, faster than the baby zombies. You can swat them out of the way, get down to the end. Then a row of slabs will appear that the player can use for a step. They can step up over the barrier, but then this drains, the parkour features disappear, and the baby zombies can now go at their regular speed, pursue you out, and then off into the maze. Those gifts have reduced durability, so you can get about maybe 10 whacks or so, and then they break, the boots break and stuff. So you can continue through the maze with them, but, you know, when you get further along in the maze, they'll just break. So you won't have them for the entire maze, unless you hold on to them and you don't. The boots will break, though, unless you take them off, right? And so that's on what we are working on at the moment, and actually we're about to finish this up. We have everything in place, so when the player comes around, the barrier blocks get placed, the parkour features pop out, this floods, the dispenser works, and then they come back in, this drains, and the parkour features disappear. So that's where we're at right now. And so now we're putting in, plus the step blocks appear. So now what we're doing is after the player climbs up over the step blocks and proceeds down here. As the player proceeds down here, these barrier blocks and step blocks will then disappear. And so should the player come back through the maze this way again, this will be reset so they can try it again. It's pretty complicated, but when the player uses it, it happens just like that. So welcome on in, Jeppo. Jeppo was kind enough to demonstrate our latest video redeem, Jotaro Kujo. Yara yara desu, which is the Japanese version of "och." Kachi and Biggie and I really like that one. So I have not put the entry into our Discord yet for this redeem. Usually I'll in the behind the redeem channel of our Thunderhand64_gaming Discord. There's a channel in there behind the redeem, and I give some background on the redeem, what it's referring to, and the citation where I got it from and stuff like that. So welcome on in, Jeppo. How are you doing this evening? So yeah, so we are now working on the command blocks to remove that stuff. And where am I? I'm about 3 minutes out for our break. So you know what? Let us take our 3-minute ad break, and then we'll come right back and we will resume this stuff right here. The good thing about this is we have the timing down now. And so a lot of this should be copy paste and then modify. I'm potatoing. Uh-oh. And typing between games. Okay. What game are you playing? I should know by potato, but are you Minecrafting right now? In fact, you know what? Let's put that night vision on a command block before we go on break, so we don't have to try to memorize that every time we do this. And I think a good place for that would be right over here. There we go. And we'll use a button. Which I always abbreviate but because, you know, boys. All right, so we'll do that. Oh, playing Rocket League. Okay, got you. How are you? I am doing awesome. I wasn't doing awesome this morning. This morning we had Windows Update, and it obliterated my audio settings, and so I've been messing with that all morning. But oh yeah, my effect does have the infinite symbol. Thank you, Shut. So let's grab this. I think, Shut, it's just that I had the effect already. And so that's why it was weird. That's why it looked weird anyway. Done. There we go. Yada yada does it. Yada yada does it. Indeed. Okay, so we have that on a command block now. So when we lose the night vision, which happens, you know, if I haven't loaded the map for an update, I can just come in here and hit this. And in fact, let's just vision. This is a fun one. That's my very favorite one. That was my first one and my favorite one. I miss that Kachi laugh. It's my favorite laugh. Jeppo has a really good laugh. That's why I always try so hard to make Jeppo laugh during your stream and stuff, because Jeppo has an awesome laugh. There's a couple of you that have really good ones. Let me see. Okay, so I think we're good. We should take our ad break for 3 minutes, and then we should be right back for the second half. And we may be able to button this up today. That would be so nice. Oh, no. You know what? I can hear you laughing and saying that in my head. In fact, I ought to clip the next time I hear a good Jeppo laugh. I ought to clip it and make that a redeem. You should really do that, but why would you? You could just laugh, right? Welcome on in, Dora! You can see the auto shoutouts there for my friends, Shut Mountain, Cyclops Lobs, Jeppo, and Dora. Please go check them out. You'll not be disappointed. Welcome on in, Dora. I am at the halfway point. I'm going to take my 3-minute ad break. I will be right back. Hey there, welcome back. Catch you later. I got to do a thing. Okay. All right. It was a short visit. Okay. And Dora, I'll be right. Okay. I'm really looking forward to finishing this. I think we can do it because this next bit should be some cutting and pasting. Let's start with this row of blocks here. Let's get a location so we can identify them. This is 71773. Okay, I think I can just copy these all the way down. I think I can do that. And you know what? I thought there was a way that you could you could copy, and I think it's middle scroll wheel and control. And oh yeah. All right. This is what we want to do. It's going to save a lot of time, people. So, viewers, friends, when you hold down Control and press your scroll wheel in creative mode, it will copy the Minecraft block and its attributes. So you can copy a command block and you'll get the code with the command block. You can copy a barrel and you'll get all of the contents in the barrel. So you get the idea. It not only copies the block, but it copies its state as well. So now we can just go to the next one. Control. So good. It's so good. Yes, I like it. I like being smart. See, sometimes I can remember stuff. Sometimes. Command for night vision? No. Apparently not. No. That should be this. There we go. Uh, 717, 716, 715, 714. Good. Now, similarly, the next row should be right here. And control, right? And then we'll take this thing for a spin. Because this should be the last thing, I believe. Now, let me see. Negative 1746. Negative 1745. Good, 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 good. Hawk. Yada, yada, doesn't. There we go. And last one for this row should be right here. Let me see. Okay, so 1745, 1645, 1545, 1445. Good, 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 good. All right, so that takes care of those. And then this is just modifying. So this will place the blocks, but we'll then go and edit each one, and instead of placing the slab, we'll replace that with air. So I need to check and make sure that that's a top slab. No, it isn't. It's a bottom slab. Okay, let me check and make sure that that's going to be okay. I think it will. All right, so it should take out this entire block and replace that with air. So I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Either way, we're going to find out. All right, so we can do this. So we'll go control like that. Then next we'll go here. Good. This one. Good. This one. Am I going to narrate each one of these? Yes, I am. Apparently so. Let's do this. Okay, so each one of these is set to place a block. Let's now go in and modify these to replace that with air. So all we have to do is remove all of this and replace that with that. Should be good. Okay, cool. All right, now we need redstone. And let me see, we got that. We need redstone here. I think that's it, people. I think that's it. I think that's it. The other thing I think has to happen is we actually need one more thing to remove this block from here. I think that has to happen as well. Because this appears in place, and then this has to be removed in order for this to work again. So we might have to do that. All right, let's see what happens now. Okay, let's do this. Let's purge the inventory. The inventory. There we go. I think I'm good. Let's go into creative. Let's get out of creative, go into survival. I'm not going to release the baby zombies yet, but we will before the end of the stream. All right, so I'm coming through here. I'm coming through here like this. Oh, wait. We have to get that stuff out of the way. We haven't done that yet. Here. We have to make sure we do not cross into this area. Okay, here we go. Coming around here. We go into here like this. Okay. Oh, no. I can't get out. Oh, baby zombies are coming in. Oh, no. And then, no, I suck at parkour. Yeah. Okay. So say I parkour over this, right? Most of you are going to be better at parkour than I am. Okay, here come the baby zombies. So I press this. I got this, but I didn't get the boots. Why not? Oh, yeah, I did. They're on me. Wow. Okay, cool. So now I can come through here. Out of my way, baby zombies. I hit them like this. Okay, this is into place. I can climb up on over here. I can get down to here. And those have disappeared, right? Yes! Wandering trader. Sir, your services are not welcome here. Unless you want to go into the maze and get killed by baby zombies, which would be fun. Okay, that seems to work. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Now, this won't work again with this redstone block in place. So we need to remove this. So we need one more block on the end of this to remove that, to reset it. And then we're done. Oh, I'm so excited. So much satisfaction. All right. Let's get up on through here like this. Right. Let's put the items back in the dispense hall. And let me see. I think I do that over on this side. Yeah, I do. Okay. Shillelagh goes in there. My shits, they go there. I was going to say, use a sticky piston to pull the red stick. Yeah, but, you know, we could do that. And most of the time, Shot, I do. You know, I try to use as much, you know, vanilla redstone as I can, right? But, you know, I can just place the block here. So I can grab this now. Like this, and I can copy. And then we can grab one of these right off the end, like maybe, if we could just put it right here. Like this. Control V like that. All right. I don't think we have to have run. I think it's just set block. There we go. That gives us the location, and then we just need air. And then I think we're good. And then that will remove this afterwards. These should now I should no longer need these because these were in place for testing, right? To reset and test. So those are done because we've proofed that out. These are also for testing. We don't need these any longer. This, though, is a functional component. This should be over here somewhere. And I'm thinking maybe like right in this area. And the good thing is we can copy this. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is a good spot for this because there are no dead end features around here. So this is a good place to place this. Let us put this, and this here, we're going to have to change the coordinates for this in both of these. Features, floods, alleyway, replace barrier blocks. And let me see, how am I doing for time right there? Thinking something like this. And these don't necessarily have to be in a line. I can put these into 2 rows with this coming out the end. So I could have yi, er, san, si, wu, liu, ji, ba, jiu. All right, so let me see. I can do this. Let's put about 3 blocks in between yi, er, san, si, wu, liu, ji, ba, jiu. Like that. Like this. I'm going to copy these for now. Let's put this up on the outside so it's easier to grab. Let me see, I have this on a 1-tick delay for some reason. It's probably it's probably a timing thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Also, we have to be certain that we do the control scroll wheel thing here. So we get the attributes of the block. Right? When we copy, so that block will go there. That's where the redstone has to be, and then this one, the redstone, the repeater. The repeater needs to be right there. Nice. And then another repeater, but it has to point, has to there. Okay, and then we just need these 2 rows here. We'll do this row. Huh? Sun. Hawk. Hands, please. Please. And then sit. There we go. Like this. There we go. So that takes care of those 4. And now we need these 4. Which will go over here. Like that. Right in there. right there. Nice. Now, under this, we don't really need these. That's okay. Don't really need that. And I don't need any of these. This is good. I like this. Like this. And I think we're good. A couple things we need to remember. Now, I'm not going to obliterate that yet until I'm sure this works. We have to update some coordinates. All right, so targeted block. This should be F3, right? Come on. There we go. So 716, 64, 1748. All right. 716, 1748. Seventeen, 664, 1748. Let's make sure. Targeted block. Okay, cool. So we should be good there. And then similarly, just to make sure. I think we're good. Again, let's try to do a run through and see if everything works. I think it will. I think it will. It should. How do we get back to the beginning here? There we go. We can just fly out through there. How's that? Why is that open? Anyways. All right, let's fly over to here. Survival. Let's go over to here. We'll run into here. Everything's good. Again, you know, I would parkour through there, but I'm not good at that. Let's get over to here like this. Okay, boots. Come over here, swat them away. Okay, I might want to reduce the time of that a little bit. But you know what? Maybe not. They'll make a couple attempts to jump, maybe, or something. And it'll allow the baby zombies to get a little closer to them. Maybe take a little damage. But they have the shillelagh. They can knock them away. Right? And then they can go up and over. I like that. I like that just like that. I am very, very satisfied, viewers. I do like this. I like this so much. Everything, and this has been reset just like we wanted it to. That means I can remove all of this now. So very cool. So very, very cool. Okay. They should allow me to get out that side, but I guess not. I can come up through here. That's fine. Yeah, here we are. And you know what's going to be very cool? A very satisfying thing to do. So very, very happy. So very, very happy. Aqua Parkour is finally complete. The water sounds scared me so bad. Oh, really? I'm sorry. If the water sounds scared you, Dora, you ain't heard nothing yet. Oh my God. Okay. We need to change the status of our sign. So I need that. I need that. I jump easily. Oh, you're gonna love this event then. Jump scares galore. Okay, we can get that out of there because we've completed that. We've completed this. I really wanted to use a stick for the shillelagh, but I couldn't. Minecraft doesn't allow you to apply durability to a stick. Let's see. We need to change this. 11 parkour. So happy. So very, very happy. Maybe something like this. I'm, again, posing for thumbnails. I got to get that Aqua Parkour sign in there. It's hard to get in there. Maybe like that. The other thing I can do too is get up on the wall here. I could do this kind of a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could do this. Ugh. There is the look of satisfaction. Somehow. Okay. Also, with the time left remaining in the stream, we can decide the next thing that we're going to do. I'm not sure about this nuke one, what I had in mind for that. I'm not really sure about that. Lightning strike, though, Lightning Strike has its possibilities. The idea I like behind the Lightning Strike is I don't want it to be aimed at the player. I want it to be to hit random blocks, or maybe not so random blocks, but hit blocks in the alleyway on the floor. Because it may hit the player, it may hit the baby zombies, right? And so again, it's a 50-50 kind of thing. It might be beneficial, it might be detrimental. But I mean, people, we can't have a name like Thunderhand and not have a Lightning Strike, right? So we might be able to do that next. So let's take a look at what Dead End 12 looks like. And Dead End 12 is going to have to be a command block. That's the only way we're going to be able to do that. There's Dead End 13. Is this 12 right here? That's 15. Here's 12. There are also a number of these that we have to do as well, like, for example, I have Ravagers. I have a Ravager that spawns in. And for that one, I just use a dispenser on that. So, but I don't know. I don't know if a dispenser will dispense a Ravager right onto a slab, onto a bottom slab like that. I don't know if it'll do that. I guess the answer to that is yes. It will. Okay. All right. Well, that makes that easier. Yeah. See, now that I died, I no longer have the night vision effect. But now I can just do that. Nice. Thank you again, Shot. All right. Now we have to take this guy out somehow. Let's clean up our mess. That's weird. He didn't attack me when I was... The funny thing is, if the player does flee from this Ravager now is just out into the maze. And the player may encounter him again further in the maze somewhere. It's really funny. Really, really funny. Let's do this. What would kill the Ravager the best? So I think we'll work on Lightning Strike next. And I'll have to look in what I had in mind for Nuke. Nuke might have been something that the viewers and I were talking about. Somebody needs sharpness 1000 sword. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. But you know, Jeppo. with the Ravager being dispensed, maybe we should give the player a chance and give them, you know, a god sword like that, right? Maybe we should do that. And then, but again, you know, the way we can deal with that is to give it, you know, very, very low durability, just enough durability to kill a Ravager, and then it breaks, right? And then they proceed on with the rest of the maze. I like that idea. Let's go over to wait. Hold on. See? Nice. All right, now this is not so bad. This should be fairly easy to do. Let's haul out some space for the command blocks, because I actually want more than one lightning strike, or more than one location, and in more than one timing. In other words, if the player pushes the button here, I want like a lightning strike here, 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 and here, something like that, right? So we'll find several spots here for the lightning to strike. And again, I think I'm just pretty much going to have to do that with a command block. That I can't implement that with a with redstone in any kind of way. So good. Like this. And then finally, okay. That should do it. Great. All right, now this should repeater. Okay. Like that. And then we need a command block. Now we could do the whole give command thing, or we could just do that, which is a little bit better. A little better. Let's do this, and like that. Like this. So we could do that, and we could do some more like this. I'm thinking for some reason 4 seems like a good number of lightning strikes. um, let's take a look at some orientation here. Yeah, I'm thinking 4 of these should do it. No. We do just like this. And let me see, how am I doing for time? Doing pretty good here. Like that. All right, let's mark some locations. Now, I'm not sure how instantaneous this is going to be, but it's extremely tempting to put one right here. Now, the player might be over here a little bit. They might be over here. They might be over here, but chances are the player's going to be in these 2 blocks right here. So I think this is a good one. I think another good location is right here. I think another one is right there, maybe. And then I think one's right there. I think this is a good layout. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's do Minecraft, Java, command block. Strike. Basic lightning strike command. Summon Minecraft lightning bolt, blah, blah, blah. All right. Again, you know, I could have it strike the player, but I want to give the player, you know, Thunder, I have to keep reminding myself, you got to give the player a chance. Again, I should know this one because, right, let's do this. So the syntax for this one, it looks like it's a summon command. Oh, and I forget for command blocks, you don't have to put the /. So we have summon. We should have lightning bolt. Again, we could just type in lightning bolt, but you know, I like to select it whenever I can. Because of typos, right? We've got lightning bolt, and then we need to give coordinates. All right, so we can do this, and we can look at this block right here, and we can do F3 like this, and targeted block. It looks like 72 is my Y, so it looks like 660 and negative 1740. And then I said what? I said negative 1740. I think that's what it was. Wow, that is pretty instantaneous. I gotta say, I like the way that went. I like that. Okay, let's go get the other coordinates. And again, oh, and this is good. We're close. We're close to the end of the stream. Not quite though. Because that's my stream ending music for this. But we have about 8 more minutes. 2, 4. Yeah. So let's get right about here. There we go. Okay. So that does that one. Now, if I wanted to, I could delay these a little bit more by putting a repeater in between each one. This repeater, 2 repeater, 3. Yeah, I could do that. Because having them just all come down all at once isn't quite as funny, right? So I'm thinking something like this. I'm thinking E R. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to need a piece of redstone off of that. Piece of redstone, repeater. Sun. And then S like this. Then we can turn this one around this way. Nope, that way. We can do a little something like this. We'll put that one in place. We'll put a 1-tick repeater there. I think that's what we're looking for. Something like this. And I forgot to copy that over. Let's see if the brain can hold the code. We said, what, 660? I think it was 72. And then I think it was negative 1740. Let's find out. I think I was right. Right here. F3. Yeah, nice. Thank you, brain. Okay, that's that one. Let's get into here now, and we can copy this. So all we have to do is change the coordinates. Now we could have copied the whole block with a control and then middle mouse wheel. We could have done that too. If we had a lot of blocks, like when we were doing the 12 block array over there, then yeah, I would have gone with that. Spam denied. Let's do this. F3, let's look at this targeted block here. 660, 72. This one is 1732. It just happens to be in line with that other one. I don't like it being in line with that other one. But that's okay. That's all right. We'll leave it there. So again, 1732 is what we have to remember here. Good. And then we'll get over to here. What's this one now? 56 and 32. Oh, okay. All right, I like that. So it should hit 1, 2, 3, and then this one should be the last one. 59 and 25. Did I say 59 or 55? It's got to be 55 if it's way down there, right? Oh, let's see. 59 and 25. Okay. And there's the stream ending music. And we got about a minute left. I just want to see this work. Let's stay out of the way here. Nothing. Okay, what happened? That's what happened. Thunder, please. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, this can't... So you know what you do? You know what you do, people? You put a target block there. Will that help? No, because this doesn't go through a target block. All right, so we do need... Oh, and we didn't have any redstone there either. Oh my god. Okay. So we need to copy this one. So that's here. And we need to put that... Oh no! We need to put that there. We need like a little blob of redstone right there with this one. Okay, now we can put that here with a 1 tick delay. We'll put this one like that. Now, if I put a blob of redstone here, I can put a repeater there. But these two are touching each other now. That's not a good thing. All right, let me get the second location again. Let me verify this. And I know I'm running a little bit past stream time, but I want to finish this. Getting 2 dead end features done in one stream is oh my god, twice the satisfaction. 660 and 72 and 32. That one should be done. We can put a little blob up. So it won't let me do that? Okay. It will let me do that. Okay, and I could have put a target block here, but I would have had to have put redstone across the top. It'll be fine. Into this. Now, these can't be like this. So let's copy this block. We will put a repeater like this. Oh, but I have several of these in here. And I forgot where I copied it. Oh, all right, whatever. There we go. We should have 2 repeaters here. And you know what? Yeah, let's just bite the bullet here. We can do that. This should be okay. We'll get this into here. We'll go Control V like this. But now we have to update our third location, which is over here. Let me see, 56 and 32, right? So this one should be, this should be 56 right here. Good. Then we should have the last one right here. And let's update the coordinates for that last one. 59 and 25, right? So great. Okay, so let's try this again. So power comes into here out of this block, goes down through here. And you know what? We can just do this for now. So we can watch this stuff. Oh my god. Okay, but these should be burned. So what happened? Okay, no, it worked. It worked. That should be there. That should be there. And this should be here. Okay, I would like a little bit more of a delay though. That I like. But we could go even more. That I love. I absolutely love that. Oh my God. Look at that, would you? Thunder, please. With the hands. Come on now. Please. All right, let's see if we can do this. Almost. He's a madman. He's gone mad with power. I mean, it is on brand. Okay, let's... That's getting a little close. You know I'm going for the thumbnail, right? I might have gotten it. I might have gotten it. All right. Enough. He's gone mad with power. Okay. Let's switch over to the cam scene, everyone. All right. To whom may we read out? If we have time, I do have to go fetch Kachi, so we have Cheska. We have OPG. You know what? OPG is playing Infected right now. Let's drop in and let's pay him a visitation. Let us bestow a visitation upon him. All right, let's set up the raid. There, up above. You should be able to see the raid message. You can copy and paste that into the chat if you would care to join us along on this raid. And I always encourage the viewers to join us along on the raids, even if you can't stay for the entire stream. If you would be so inclined, please just drop in and say hi, and if you feel so inclined, follow some bits and subs. That would be really cool. Let us set up the raid itself. JMO! Hey, thanks for the lurk, man. I really appreciate that. Let's raid here. One player, a gamer, right there. And there we have the raid counting down for fellow buffoon and all-around cool guy, one player, a gamer, OPG. Family-friendly viewers, just be advised, even though he doesn't have the tag up there, the stream can be for mature audiences. Sometimes there's a little language and stuff in there, but OPG is super, super cool. Everyone just remember that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be on Friday. Friday is the day before Valentine's Day, so we're going to change the stream time a little bit on Friday. We'll probably stream in the evening on Friday, but that will be Buffooncraft SMP. So keep an eye out for the stream going live notification for that. And then the stream on Sunday should be Kachi time from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see if Kachi wants to stream anything at that point. Everyone, thanks for showing up today. It was really cool. We got quite a bit done today. I'm very, very proud. I'm very satisfied. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, your morning, wherever you happen to be. We are raiding out to OPG right now. Bye for now, everyone.